so tired of micromanaging. How do I train, manage, and lead? I can't find time to be visionary. Head down in the weeds.
Let me say something that might feel uncomfortable. Avoiding accountability protects the leader's comfort, not the firm's future. And most small to mid-sized firms confuse being nice with being a leader. Here's what I see every single day. Law firm owners and or leaders avoid accountability because they don't want to feel mean, micromanaging, lack of trust, controlling. So instead of leading, they hope. They hope people figure it out. They hope good intentions turn into great execution. They hope loyalty replaces structure. Gang, hope is not a management strategy, definitely not a leadership strategy. And what happens next is predictable. We have vague roles, soft deadlines, unspoken expectations, and leaders, attorneys carrying the frustration. Let me be clear about something. Most team members are not underperforming. They are not lazy. They are not incapable, in my experience. The majority of them. They're underperforming because no one made this standard unmissable. So why does this continually niggle and persist? Because avoidance feels productive in the short term. Having the hard conversation feels heavy. Clarifying expectations feels awkward. Holding someone accountable feels really icky and risky that they might leave. So leaders default to, I'll just do it myself. How many of us said that? Now is not the right time. They should already know this, but here is the stinking truth. Most owners don't want to admit. Avoiding accountability protects the leader's comfort, not the firm's future. And honestly, the employees can feel it too. And they're like, okay, what the heck? Who's going to redirect me? They are like, is nobody paying attention to this? I'm drowning here, possibly. And so everybody's feeling it. And law firm owners are highly capable, high achieving professionals. You're trained to practice law. You're not trained to lead and manage teams. So often I will hear from attorneys and I'll see them on Facebook or social media or what have you, or they'll share with me, I just got back from this leadership and management conference. I'm like, why the heck are you going there? It's your second in command, to quote, Cameron Harold, who I absolutely adore and follow and what have you. It is not you who should be spending your time. That is your goal, to get a job as a general manager at Chili's? No, this is for you to really hire right, and then to empower your team to step up and lead, even if you don't have a true C-suite role on your org chart. So when things go sideways, it's not a lack of intelligence. It's definitely not a lack of caring that I hear from team members every day. It's a lack of framework. No one taught you as attorneys how to lead without becoming the bad guy, and or whoever you have in that position. And this is why it persists, not because owners don't care, not because employees don't care, but because nobody has a clear leadership structure to follow. So let's talk about the real cost. The cost isn't just performance, it's burnout. Some people call these like soft skills or what have you. Like, money is energy. And this is real. You know this when your revenue is hitting the skids and when you're feeling that freak out moment or what have you. Backtrack and look at how the energy has been for the past 90, 60, 30 days. The real cost is not just that we don't have cash flow and or performance. It's burnout. It's resentment. This is just even hearing that word triggers the hell out of me, because the greatest definition I've ever heard of resentment, and I say this all the time, is self-abandonment, where we abandon ourselves. And when we're resenting paying people that don't get it, don't care, whatever. Also the turnover. I hear all the time from entrepreneurs, from attorneys, what have you, the cost to hire, the cost to onboard, the cost to replace, blah, 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 blah. It's preventable. What is missing is accountability. And when accountability is missing, A players leave because they're tired of carrying B players. Leaders lose trust in their team. And quite frankly, in ourselves. I'll raise my hand here too. And the owner becomes a bottleneck for everything. Or my personal favorite when I hear is, well, then if they quit, if they leave, if we get them off the bus or what have you, I am going to have to go back into X. No. The most dangerous cost is when we normalize underperformance or the good enough employee. And once that happens, culture doesn't drift. It absolutely declines. And at hiring and empowering, and in LFAB, we say this all the time: what you tolerate becomes the standard. Avoiding accountability does not make you kind. Sorry, guys. It makes you exhausted. It makes you grouchy and crabby. And that energy is just leaking money. You're bringing that energy and you're responsible for the energy you bring in the room and leave in the room, and you can't fake it. So often I'll hear this from people. Well, no, I'm able to turn that off in the conference room or what have you. Are you sure about that? Because your conversion rate has dipped 20%. Real leadership isn't about cracking the whip. It's not about being the bitch or the jerk or whatever terminology that we have this story about. It's about creating clarity so people can win. And when you finally lead that way, when you finally get this in your bones, in your blood, and you're excited about it, you're not nervous about rolling it out, you don't lose your team. You actually finally get one. Now, I know this can feel like it's hitting a little bit close home, but at the core, human beings want accountability. They want standards. And they also want to have consistent communication where we're talking about how we're doing in those areas. And then from there, that's how they become a self managed law firm team. They do not shy away if you hired correctly and if you have your core values done. They don't shy away from accountability. People love accountability. How many of you business owners are like, hell yes, this is why you hire business coaches. This is why people hire personal trainers. This is why people enter into challenges. This is why people join all these courses and programs and organizations and groups. And it's phenomenal. Nothing lights my heart up more to see this. My very first attorney that I worked with was like a 10 quick start, a maverick on the PI index. I mean, an entrepreneur to the bone. It was like nailing jello to a tree every single day. And I am a high follow through. But in the beginning, also, I was like, oh my God, this attorney, this is my boss. I'm not going to tell them what to do. And that's what he told me, is that not only am I giving you permission for this, not only is it your responsibility, not only do you have authority for me at the top to have more accountability than anybody else in the business, I depend on it. The business depends on it. The clients depend on it, which, by the way, who runs our payroll and pays our payroll in the personal service industry? The clients. So I would like to invite you. I'm offering a free masterclass in March, how to build a self-managed team in 2026 without micromanaging, babysitting, or burnout or blow-ups. And I'm going to teach my 5-step law firm freedom framework, the same framework we use every single day to help thousands of law firms in Law Firm Admin Bootcamp and in our onboarding programs transform overwhelmed staff into confident, competent, accountable leaders. Yes, they want accountability. And guess what? Attorneys, so do you. And the goal of this masterclass, it's not about adding more to your plate, legal leader, C-suite, PLA, whatever position in, or attorney, entrepreneur, or the team member. So ideally, you would attend with your team, or better yet, delegate this to your team member. This is your first step of accountability. This is your first step in empowerment. This is your first step of having somebody who is a legal leader leading you as a legal leader. So click the link below and register, because clarity is leadership. Accountability is leadership. And leadership is the difference between carrying your firm and actually leading it. So we look forward to seeing you in March in one of the master classes. And until then, continue being a legal leader, leading legal leaders.
Control freak, it's what my staff thinks. They may be right, because this treadmill of dread running through my head keeps me up at night. I'm so tired of micromanaging. How do I train, manage, and lead? I can't find time to be visionary, head down in the weeds. We're gonna tighten up this operation. We're gonna build a strong foundation. No more chaos and confusion. We'll build a team that brings solutions. I see what could be, and I can't wait. Law Firm Admin Bootcamp is the way. signing up today. Law firm admin boot camp is the way.